won't have to cry no more.
I need a court of my own. All these rings like I'm ignoring my phone. My ancient aura is gold. Check. My ancient aura is gold. I've been touring and exploring the globe. It's how I hoarded this assortment of stones. My ancient aura is gold. Check. My ancient aura is gold. Gorgeous porcelain imported from Rome. I promise I look 20 as a 40-year-old. My ancient aura is gold. 444 horses is the force that I hold. And it's 44 in Porsche that I rode. Yeah, I extorted when the order is sold. Out of bounds for the border patrol. I be twisting up a joint like contortionist bone. It's really all I need to record in my zone. Practicing the darkest sorcery known. Tapping in when I be authoring poems. Bird magic mixed in with the Jordan Malone. This bag of skin, I'm in a portable home. Medallion dripping, I adorned it in gold. Got the cash to get it, you should order your own. You can't afford it at the store, get a loan. As soon as I wear it, the value's worth more than it's sold. Matching a burgundy velour in a robe. Gamble with life and I owed her, but I brought my cologne. I was born on a throne. I'm a king, I need a court of my own. All these rings like I'm ignoring my phone. My ancient aura is gold. Check. My ancient aura is gold. I've been touring and exploring the globe. It's how I hoarded this assortment of stones. My ancient aura is gold. Check. My ancient aura is gold. Gorgeous porcelain.
7, 6, 5, 4.
I say, man. I luckily got it back home. Shit, man. Some others do have them. The same thing happened in Ghana as well. Like, just had a flat on the way on the road out. But luckily, hopefully we can make it to Parliament. We're supposed to be going to Parliament today. We've missed afternoon tea. Ain't gonna wait to that. So, got all the stuff from Saturday still left in the car. So we're gonna have to empty out the cars, split up 2, have Infundisi in one car. Probably Nova in another. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have to split everything up and it's going to be fun.
How was the drive?
The drive was fine. We took a few wrong turns, but we're here now.
Drew, what area are we in? How was the drive for you?
And the drive was alright, you know, it was raining, and the car's really slow, your car's really slow. Dragging, man, there was times I was getting in a lane and it was just like, I had my foot all the way down. It just
Getting nowhere.
going nowhere. I was like, no, this car's a bit mad still. Sorry, we're going to Parliament. We should have a tour. We might have missed the tour. There's supposed to be an afternoon tea that was put on for us, but that was at 3 o'clock, 3:30. So we missed that because the tyre blew out. So we had to empty the 2 cars. That we had to empty my car, Nina's car, and then yeah, it was just mad.
You gotta know which one to tap out.
We get less of you then.
A lot less.
Okay. How are you? Yeah.
Excellent.
Are you having a good day so far?
Yeah, it's so blacknificent, blacktastic.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, black excellent. It went so black excellent.
There you go. Huh? Yeah, but no, I've asked already. Yeah?
Blacknificent royalty to Parliament. See if we can drink some tea that express our royal attitude to the British.
And what have you learned so far?
A lot. Actually, I learned my first English. And a new word. The weather today is nappy.
No, it's nippy. Not nappy.
Nippy. That's nappy.
Yeah.
Nappy, yeah. It's nippy the weather.
What? It's nippy outside.
I put up stick my chin. I learned a lot. Different that again, diversify culture, people, and energy together. It's so blacknificent.
And how do we address the ladies out here?
Oh, the ladies here.
What do we call them? Love.
I found out that the dress lady love, but be careful when you're saying it because you might be calling somebody's wife my love. And you might be smacked, so be careful.
And get in trouble.
Yeah, you get in big trouble by using the word love. But you still use it wisely, respectfully.
Shaheen, why you look so vexed? Yeah?
Not a toilet house. It's not a toilet house. It's a bathroom. You have everything in it. You want to call it the bad shit house? I mean, come on, it's the bathroom. The bath house. Like, that's what we do all of them.
Excuse me, everybody. We're just trying to make something of ourselves. We're trying to stay out of trouble. You want to buy some candy? Just a dollar. Chips Ahoy?
Yeah.
Chips Ahoy?
You got anything on there? James Bond?
Oh, wow. I like this. Do you think Americans can find themselves around like Do you think English
Nova
people-
can.
Oh, Americans can, but you can't do this in New York.
Nova said you can, you're just being lazy.
Nah, I didn't say, you know, I know he didn't say that.
Wait.
Yeah. Reparations is the word. We know the criminal act you've done. Whether you go to the House of Commons or the House of Lords.
Oh, okay. And you're going tonight then? Because you're the kingmaker. You got your special room.
I was
Ain't it?
on the tour.
In it.
In it.
In it.
British
At the entrance, security entrance of the Westminster Parliament.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm not sure. No, nobody knows.
Like, this is a House of Ministers, right? That's right. So you would think it's in West London, right? So wouldn't it be the House of Westminster? Isn't this the English language? Isn't this the birthplace of English? So they're going to talk about black people and other people misusing English?
I think we got that one wrong.
I think it's Westminster. I think they put their Westminster on the I'm just saying, King, so you know what I'm talking about. There's no such thing as a pharaoh either.
No.
You said it before, though. I heard you say Masuk Dixon. Yeah, that's the break. I don't know what you were saying, but I heard that. Say, okay, all right.
Yeah, I am.
You got it going on a little bit. You learned some things. You've been around.
Just a little.
And that simply just means the ruler of the north and the south of Kenya.
Okay, that's all.
There you go, yo. Thank you.
That's right.
We okay to just carry on and push that?
Yeah, if you're happy to.
Wow. This is great. I mean, sorry, take a look straight back to the
You'll find a security officer directly and then just up the one flight of stairs. Thank you so much.
No carpet or nothing?
No?
In 2018, right, as I entered the educational system stronger, $4.2 million in New York City alone was left on the table in money that was allocated towards organization when it comes to education. Rather, it was anti-bullying, self-love programs, or even agriculture. In the African community, or black community, whatever you want to call it, around the US especially, I always hear there is no money, they need the resources, they need money to make things happen, we need money. But the money was there, was left on the table, because we're not unified properly to come together to say, we have this program, and part of the people who applied for the budgets and didn't get it is because they weren't properly set up, whether it was a 501c3 or having the proper organization. So I feel like a major issue, or I even heard in the Afrocentric hotel or whatever communities you want to call them, people would say, I don't want their money to do anything. I'm gonna raise the money my own. It may take me longer. I don't need their money. Yeah. This mentality of it being their money needs to, in my opinion, stop. It's your money. But my point is like, there's so much. It's like there's all of this, right? But if you go to the corner store and you have a $5 bill in your hand or a pound in your hand, it's their money that you just utilize. So if you want to do something and create a change, it's their money in essence you're going to use.
Bid for a few contracts. When I was introduced to that world, it blew my mind. This was in 2016. I have a sister who just secured a $5 million contract with the U.S. With the military to basically bus their children to school for 5 years off the base. Right? She's a double minority. She's melanated and she's a sister. So I'm proposing every quarter, there's 4 quarters, that we get together in consecrated places like this, not rinky-dink, you know, like hideouts and whatnot. We come together and we delegate affairs because the information that you possess can be now allocated. We could go on a career day campaign. We could go into different places where there are billions of dollars on the table and bring our people out. That's one of the powers of, like what 19 Keys said, that we have as paradigm shifters. We're all influencers. You know, there's a brother in our group that has 500,000 followers. You know, there was 3 of them, right? So we understand the power of magnetism. So when we came, you know, just coming out to the UK, one of the tenets of that is to bring people who would necessarily not be in the same building together to come together because they're being magnetized to come out to see these influencers. But when we leave, right, the object is for those people who came out to come and see us to stay together and to do something, because we're coming back and we want y'all to build. We want y'all to benefit off of the fact that y'all all know each other now. And because the common thread is us, or the common thread is the person that you came to see. So they have, you know, I always say at some of the lectures, I turn the microphone around and pass it around and say, forget me, the solutions are in the audience. Everybody state their superpower. What is your skill set? What is your talent and gift? And you'll be surprised just by the time it gets to the 10th person, everybody in there is either, they're all functioning off of STEM. Science, technology, engineering, or mathematics and whatnot. So I'm saying that we are the solution. There's a lack of communication. There's this hierarchy. We're still going through hierarchical structures. You know, people are not sharing information. They're not sharing resources. They're not, you know, there's a trust issue. There's all of these things that we need to begin to iron out. But
even in 2021, knowing something like all toilet tissues and toiletries in colleges and HBCUs, the contracts are going to be up. So that means, and because due to diversity and inclusion, for instance, they have to give people of color a chance to bid for it first before Coca-Cola and other major monopolies can
2
go
years
in,
ahead.
right? And then another thing is that in 2020, when you look at these things, real estate, Trump said until December 2019, if you invested in certain locations, there was 0% on taxes that you would have to pay, right? So in real estate as well, women, because of diversity and inclusion, in New York alone, if you have a $10 million building that's up for grabs, they were allowing women who were black or people who are African descent to put as little as only buy the building for $1 to $2 million, as long as you took certain courses and classes.
This whole weekend has just been a beautiful experience, building on with my fellow brothers and sisters, my family. But we have to get serious. I said it last night. We understand the dynamics of the problems that we have. We have to learn how to control our egos. We have to learn how to control ourselves as individuals and extend that to our greater families and communities. And I tell none of y'all all the time that, you know, with King and Donna, right? But I said, I don't care what the government says. I said, I don't care what they want to do. If we need roads built, we need to do it ourselves. If we need the people to be touched, we have to do it ourselves.
That means we have to take our own money, time, on transportation. He'll tell you how much money we spent in the last year and what we've accomplished in the last year and what him and Mbudishi have accomplished in the last 2 to 3 years. So, and this is on our own, right? If we had grant writers, if we had people that were more interested, people that had integrity and had the same value system as we do, we'd be able to move at a faster pace. Those of us that are in the United States and other parts of the Western world like England and Europe, we have to understand that we have to use the system that already exists, that has oppressed and is oppressing us. We have to use the same system, but we also have to create our own system, go back to systems that we already have. I'm really challenged by what you said about the Real ID Act because the reality is, you know, my dad taught me, and God rest his soul, Dr. Jack Felder, call his name in Parliament, he is him.
That's right.
But, like, you know, like, he always taught me, like, yo, get that degree, get your hundreds. Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. When you come on a test, that's what you write. My father was a teacher for 40 years. He said, write it. Get your degrees, get your money, do what you gotta do in your life. Take care of you and your family. That's what he taught me. So he said, he was teaching me to use both systems because that's how he lived his life. He made his money on his own and he didn't report taxes, but he had a system job that was paying him over 6 figures when he retired. He taught me to be in the system but out of the system. And I think we have to become more savvy at doing those things. We have to get, I said it last night, we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Right? Being in spaces where we know people don't like us. So how now we can't even balance our checkbook? We can't get our credit straight. We can't come together like for some simple thing. Look what Andrew did, almost, I wouldn't say single-handedly, but it's his idea. Thousands of people showed up the last 2 years to his event, and it's amazing. Somebody said it, don't tell me one person can't change the world.
Great Britain could not even exist without the money they get from Africa. France would totally collapse without the money they get from Africa. But African Americans aren't thinking about getting money from Africa. Why is that not on the agenda? Yes, reparations is on the agenda, and American owes Africans in American reparations. But we need to be talking about taking the money when Africans in America make enough money, their gross national product would make them the 9th richest nation in the world. But we don't use that money for us. It's not on that. And we're not sending that money back to Africa. We're not investing back in Africa. One of our major things we need to be investing in Africa. And I'm not pushing necessarily one particular country. You know, you need to be going home. How many of y'all have seen, almost every time I look, the highest score on the SAT is some African? The #1 student at the school is an African. And every Ivy League school gives them a scholarship. The Europeans get the best of theirs, and they get the best of ours.
That's right.
African, in Ghana and in Nigeria, they got more doctors in America than they do in Ghana and Nigeria. And they're not thinking about going back. We have to change our paradigm shift. We need to go on a campaign, a serious campaign, to uplift what it means to be an African and an African in the diaspora. And we need to close this gap. But you know what? You close the gap not by talking. You close the gap by going there and investing and building. So you don't hear me in America telling people you got to do this. I just go and do it. But we got a 100-acre farm. We got the 17.5 acres we're developing. We're just doing it. And what I want to show is that this is just a small sample of what 1 or 2 Africans can do. Collectively, the nation, just from this room, collectively, the nation building that we can do is unbelievable. We gotta believe we can do it. People would perish from a lack of vision, not just knowledge. We got knowledge. We got, facts. We can quote all types of dates, history, all of that. But in final analysis, what do you control? It doesn't stop us from doing the development in Africa and America. But we're doing that with an agenda. The agenda is make Africa strong so those Africans in America and in the UK get some back. And we need to be able to send them home. When you're the number one in your class, you need to be coming to Ghana to our school for finishing school. If you're sick, you need a retreat, don't go to the Bahamas and lay on the beach. You need to be going to Africa to get well.
Congo, Angola.
Right. I mean, we have the resources there. Everybody is in Africa. The Russians, the Chinese, the Americans, when they just did a contract in Ghana, everybody is there except for Africa. We're there on a vacation. On a tour. You know, so we need to just change the way we think. And I push this concept, symptomatic thinking. So I want to kind of just read that and then we can open up. Symptomatic thought means that it is concrete. It is our educational system all around the world now is based upon symbolic thinking. Religion is based upon symbolic thinking. I don't have to prove nothing. You just believe. Belief. In the word belief is the word be Allah. If you have to believe in something, that means that it's not really what it says it is. If you just got blind faith with no facts, that's not what it says it is. Some of the things we talked about is really important, but it's going to, 100 years from now, we're going to still be having the same conversation. If Africa has not been developed, if we don't have real estate in Africa, if we're not building homes and communities in Africa, our great-great-grandchildren are going to be here at Parliament having this conversation all over again, talking about getting grants, talking about moving from city to city, talking about getting politicians to push our program. When you got power, then the politicians come and listen. Right now, we don't have no power. Other people have bought our politicians. We have to face that as a reality. I'm glad you mentioned the Democratic Party don't have black people's interests, but we support the Democratic Party because we already know what the Republican Party got in store for us. Trump said, what do we got to lose? Our life.
I'm not be a king in Ghana, but I'm not only a Ghanaian, I'm African. So in my language, we say OBB. A BB means black people, but it goes beyond the color. But Tuntum is black. So if I talk Tuntum, then I'm specifically putting you in a color. See, so it doesn't matter because if Ghana is free and Togo is not free, if Cotonou is not free, Nigeria is not free, Congo is not free, Angola is not free, we're not free. If Ghana is rich, Angola is not rich, Congo is not rich, Togo has never put it together, Ivory Coast can't put it together, we don't have it. So collectively, we can pinpoint ourselves in all the continents because now they have 55 states. Now 44 of the 55 have agreed. 44 of the 55 have agreed to start trade to themselves, trade for themselves, and I think it's going to start as earlier as
January 2020.
Next year, 2020, which is a very big market, especially for what we are doing, because 44 African countries, if you get 2 of them, if you get 2 of African countries making business with them, you're good. Trust me, because Africans,
It's so amazing to see that there is something that is happening that is way above what we can even conceive. So this is why we have to tap into to get out of the fear paradigm. High Priest has spoken about the fact that we are still formatting in the paradigm of the West. We have to watch that madman in our head all the time. Even when we think about things that we think will elevate us, those are the same mechanisms that have been used to put us down. So be mindful. Everything you say, before you even step out of your bed, as soon as you are awakened, put yourself under the service of your higher self. Because sometimes you may think you have a great idea, but do not do what China did to itself in Africa. I just spoke about we had the wise men in the house. That's why we live. We cannot be crazy thinking we're going to save ourselves. Okay? okay? So this is just food for you. Remember, we have the right to redefine what development look like. They came in Africa, told my people that they were idiots because they were building house from dirt. And today, in the United States, they're doing seminars and clubhouses everywhere because I realize now that using concrete is lethal. So when we talk about Africa tomorrow, we have to remember that we have to incorporate that madness that we've seen and that has driven us to this. We have to understand that we cannot replicate that in Africa. So that everything we do, every business we do, has to be imbued with the spirit of unity. Unity with self, unity with our community, and unity with nature. That Ubuntu spirit, you cannot let that go. The second thing I want to say is this. My brother said something interesting. He said, I became an African in the United States. So did I. Why did I become an African in the United States? Because Africa was made by the diaspora. Africa is you. Before that, we had all these kingdoms. Yes, indeed, we have the kingdoms. But in your blood is Africa. Because see, our forefathers were put in circumstances that were so brutal, but they decided to unite for life. So they created Africa in you. It's good you find out if you're from this tribe or that tribe. Fantastic. You can say, I'm Mukwalutu. Where, yeah. But you know what you can say? You are Mukwalutu. Right. You are Mukabuntu. Right. You are Songhai. You are Malay. You are Niger. You are La. You can claim the entire continent in one word. Right. Africa. Because Africa was born from you. Africa was born out of our ancestors putting themselves together and not discerning anymore, either because of the chance or by will. So do not ever take it upon you say, oh, I don't think I'm African, I don't know, I'm a lost man. No, you are not. You are the new Africa. You are actually the first time Africa will realize itself. So you have so much power, and we need you. I need you. Because I can go back to Africa even looking like this. You know, they will laugh at me. They will say, oh, Queen, are you a witch or something? But if you are behind me, they will say, whoa, the ancestors have come back. I'm here thanks to people that kept knowledge, sacred knowledge. They crossed the oceans and they kept it at the peril of their own life, so that I can retrieve it when I became a foreign student in America. The first initiation I went through was through American people, through Cuban people, African Cubans. They kept it alive because they knew that over there the damage will be so extensive that we cannot even have mirrors on the walls because no African really want to look at themselves. I come from a country where we had a department called the Evolve Department. It was a department run by a chair, like, you know, a department, like a Department of Education. We had the Evolve Department to ensure that the African would have a chance not to become human, but to become evolved. And that meant become as white, as Westerners as you can. Cut yourself off from your language, cut yourself off from everything, even your mother's name. And then you will become evolved, and that will come with privileges. And guess what? This is what we seek, privileges. Because we believe we are poor. We believe we lack of something. Therefore we think, we need this, I need that, I need that. Let's all jump in a sinking boat. Consumerism is a sinking boat. I don't care what room there is in it, it's a sinking boat. We have to build another one. We have to build Noah's Ark. That's what we are called for. It's a responsibility. I keep saying, you are all crowned, and there's no such thing as royal blood in Africa. Every single one of you is a royal blood. Because our kings come from the people. Our kings are the fathers or the mothers of our queen of the people. They are born just like everybody else in the community. And for the good deeds, or for the expertise, or for the strength, or for the love, they get elevated to be leaders. Royal, we are all royal. But that comes with responsibilities. And we talked, everybody said what they need to say. I don't have to add a drop. But one thing I have to keep saying, wear your crown. Now, today, yes, we have to link up. This whole thing here happens because we just trusted. I met June in the UN. I was running around. And if I had not said to her, I will be in the UK in a few days, none of this here would happen. Shine your light. Hug someone. Tell someone something. Because that one thing you say transforms the world. One word I say. I kiss you in the middle of the meeting, right? I left my seat right up in the front. I run. Queen, yeah, Queen. What's Queen? I can't go lift myself up to go read my elder. I will go. No protocol there. The protocol is the protocol of my heart. My heart says, this is your sister right here. And then, oh, I will be in the UK. Oh, when you go, no, you're going to come to the parliament. Oh, yeah. Here we are. That's my job. Follow your heart. Because in there, Muchima, it's the divine. This is where the divine stays. I think how the priest can tell you for more when you want to learn, sit by his feet, learn about that power. Don't think small. Don't stay inside that paradigm. That paradigm is everywhere, creeping to jump in. Around every corner. Be aware. You are all ancestors come back. I have reverence for each and every one of you. And all of you are very powerful people. And behind you stand 1,000 more. Those are the ones you bring back around the table. Because we are all council.
And the ancestors are telling you to do it, you know that, don't you?
Ashe.
Ashe.
I was saying, I did a semester abroad.
The next station is Elmcourt.
Look, do what you was trained for, man.
Make it do what I say.
Let's do that subway routine. Go,
Oh, wait, down the line. Everybody goes to move.
Let's go, Rick. I like y'all like
I'm gonna pump that.
You're rich.
Oh, man, some pull-ups out. That's what we go. Hey, count faster.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 128, 1
This is our start. This is our start. This is our start. Let's go. gold. That brother's on the gold. I suggest you get on the gold too, bro. I suggest you get on the gold.
It's a 40-year-old. My ancient aura is gold. The scrolls unfolding, words made of gold foretold of the hidden messiahs. Shit, it was written in fire that we sitting much higher, sitting on some Michelin tires, dripping in Egyptian attire. Dapper Dan stitching them wires, Salomon hitting the lyre. Bitches kissing on these pictures on flyers. These witches for hire, these kitchens on fire. We paid in full, yeah, pitching the buyers. We chasing down Mitch's desires. Them snitches on wires, they hitting up the picture Mariah. As far as them stars stretch, that's further than far-fetched. And as for my car test, I'm taking Elliot Wilson on a star quest. I was born on a throne. I'm a king, I need a court of my own. All these rings like I'm ignoring my phone. My ancient aura is gold.
Bless him, got that sauce.